Here we go.
Matt Curcio has been selling real estate in New Jersey since 2001. He's been recognized as a top 10 individual team leader for RE/MAX multiple times. Matt was the first eXp Realty broker in New Jersey to receive the prestigious Icon Agent Award. Matt is recognized as an industry expert and continues to support agents in the real estate community by hosting trainings for realtors locally and across the country. Welcome to the show, and here's Matt Curcio.
All right. What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
All right. So everybody,
what an exciting day today, Matt.
It is. It is. So welcome. Today I have Steve and Kimberly all the way from Georgia, who I got to hang out with this week, right?
We did.
Yeah,
Great day on Wednesday. Yes.
So we have exciting news, right? So today, Kimberly is official.
That was a big day. I mean, we'll preface that real quick. We had launch here in Georgia. All the top leadership group was here. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and it was a pretty intimate gathering. So, you had a really good chance to get one-on-one with really every single person inside Real's upper management. It was a cool day.
Yeah.
All right.
Exciting. So welcome, Kim. Are you excited or what?
Very. I'm very excited.
I gotta say Kimberly over. sorry if I shorten it.
That's okay. That's okay.
But yeah. So for those who don't know, all right, we have it in the tagline here. But if you can just share a little bit about yourself and your real estate career and what brings us here today.
Well, let me preface it real quick.
Okay.
Welcome, Kimberly Magee, to Real Broker. So now, please tell us who you are about yourself.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I've had my license since 1999, and most of my career after I left my full-time job was leadership. And I was in leadership at my former company, which everybody knows is eXp. And I want to say to eXp that I enjoyed my time there, and I'm thankful for it and thankful for all the friendships that I made. But I just feel that, I joined eXp in 2015, and it's kind of where Real is right now. And I see the potential for huge growth. And I'm so excited about that and just can't wait to get started.
Awesome.
I think it's a lot about the opportunity, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe you can talk about, some of the, where you're at and what you see in yourself in the near future, with this as well.
Right. Well, first of all, it's kind of a no-brainer to come to Real simply because financially it's the best thing out there. Right. So that's number one. And then one of my most favorite parts of being a broker was the growth part, talking to other agents and explaining the model. And I'm just so excited to do that with Real.
Yeah. Yeah. So what, speaking opportunity, right? I feel currently that we are the best opportunity out there. And, you mentioned, agents, it's the best place currently. A lot of agents in this marketplace are looking for, less cost.
Right.
And that's where we are, right at the front of that, so opportunity outside of just selling real estate. Let's talk about that because a lot of agents may not know eXp or never went to eXp or never went to places that give them things outside of just your commission at a higher split or capping it at a lower cap, whatever. So why don't you both take a minute here and just share what your favorite points are now that you've been with us? Just joined us, Kimberly, but Steve, you've been with us for a little bit. What do you see as the opportunity and what should agents know?
You want to go first?
So I guess I'm just going to repeat what I said before. The opportunity for growth is tremendous. And, because I saw that at eXp, right? There were probably 300 agents when I started, maybe 300 to 600. I can't remember. It's been so long now. But I feel like that Real, because of the financial end of it, which is just incredible. And then the 8 other ways that you can make income, right? Um, with them. So I would say, I can't quote them all, Steve,
Yeah.
but there's the stock and the agent attraction, the 85-15 split. What am I missing, guys?
Well, you drilled it right there, and I think that what you're really also trying to say and articulate is that there's some benefit to being one of the front-ended, pioneer people that come into this to take a risk and take a chance, right?
Right.
The risk takers are the ones that usually are the ones that benefit the most.
Mm-hmm.
In this, we're in that moment now to where it is into still not a brand new company,
Right.
but it's in its first real big push growth spurt that you'll see with a lot of other companies.
Mm-hmm.
On a personal level, I was with Keller when it was Keller Who. There were less than 6,000 people. I moved to EXP and it was EX Who. What is that? What are those three initials? They're less than 6,000. And now this company, I kind of made the same move. It's similar numbers, and it's grown 1,500 people in almost a month and a half that I've been here. So those are some of the benefits that you have. I mean, and the benefits never go away. I mean, they'll always be here. They're just like they're there. The opportunity to take advantage of the onset is greater at this point. It's like buying into an IPO, a little bit. It's not as risky because there's some established grounds that are here. But for me, I mean, that's it, and Matt, I mean, because this company, just like EXP, had a vesting time period. So once you're awarded the stocks, you've got 3 years that you've got to be with the company on each award to get them. Well, I left behind 3 icon year, awards, but I have almost already, or will be close to replacing that, not the value, but the number of stock shares now. That's going to happen fast.
That's huge. Yeah.
So, I mean, is the value there? I don't know. I mean, it'll balance out at some point, but if you look at the number of shares that's there, I mean, I'm there. So, I almost get mad that I didn't leave a year earlier.
Right.
We talked about that.
We did talk about that. We talked about it at length, and I'll be honest, Kimberly and I have had some conversations, and I've said this multiple times, Kimberly and I, when we were sitting down, we were like, this is one of those moments that you just can't unsee what you've just seen. You can't unforget it. And you said it for some people who make the numbers make sense to, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it is. I mean, it's hard to say no to the platform.
Well, and I think for the coming year, I think money is an issue, to get the most value out of your brokerage, right? And I just, again, financially, it's just a no-brainer. I can't imagine being anywhere else, honestly.
Yeah. So, Steve, you've been here, we're coming up a little over a month, right? Maybe 2 months.
Well, we're 60 days, a little over 60 days now.
60 days. Okay. So what, and you've attracted a lot of people. So what do you feel people are so attracted to with, joining Real Broker? What are you seeing since you're, seeing it every day?
I think it's multifaceted. I mean, because everybody's different, right? Everybody's got different levers. That's the great thing, is that it doesn't really matter what your lever is. I think there's something that's here that facilitates what you're looking for. If you need the training, they've got the Agent Training Academy. I plug into it. I'll be honest with you. There's some of the best weekly masterminds that I've sat in for quite some time. And I mean, and it doesn't matter who you are, what your production is, they're going to let you sit in there and sit through it. And that's not the case in a lot of others. A lot of others are tiered to where if you aren't at a certain production, you aren't allowed in the door. And that's a very, I mean, I've had the ability to take advantage of that. I think that's one. I think that's one asset, and I think that people like seeing it more in the Zoom platform, to where we're more, it's still a 2-dimensional deal, but you can read people's body language. You can, it's just a little bit better. It's not just a voice on the other end of a phone or of a screen. So that's been the other. The financial model by far is because like Kimberly said, there's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace right now. Is it gonna slide? Is it gonna move forward? Is it gonna do whatever? Right. So with these there's no monthly fee that comes from the company. So the only monthly fee you're paying is your MLS fee, and that's a game changer where it doesn't sound like a lot of money. It adds up. Like every little penny adds up. And if you are not having the production that you had, or you are newer into the business, not being stifled with fees right out of the gate is it's a game changer. It helps people. It helps them get established without getting behind the eight ball. And no matter where you are in your production, brand new or me, 30 years in the business, you're 85-15. I mean, where else can you find that?
Yeah, you can. Honestly, I mean,
and then and the other part I say this too is, now, I mean, there are cheaper brokers. There's cheaper brokers on every single state that's out there, but typically cheaper brokers are not on a national platform. We've closed successfully. We've closed three referrals already. The 3 referrals will pay for my cap this year. Wow. And that's referrals I would not have gotten had I not been in a national company. If I'd still been Steve Freeman Inc., without having that affiliation, I would not have had access to those people. So, I mean, just that pays for the company that I'm with, and take away all the other stuff. Don't recruit. I don't care. You're going to get stock just from having some production.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the referral paid for my cap.
Yeah, 2 of these deals up here on my wall here got referred to me. So 2 listings. Somebody found me, tagged me as an expert in the market down here, and one turned into 2. And I was like, that's awesome. That network. And for people that think that we're in an online community, it's the virtual brokerage, you can't succeed. There's no people involved. That's not true. We have Workplace. For those who don't know what it is, it's Facebook basically for your company only, to where there's different groups. We have a referral group, and people tag whatever towns they're in across the country. But one thing is key for Georgia that was a surprise to me. But you guys have a weird fee with your MLS that a lot of brokers, agents can, depending on the brokerage, can earn some money back. So why don't you share the differences and how the brokers share that money, I guess?
Yeah. So for every transaction that you do, you pay 0.0012% back to the FMLS. And that goes directly back to the brokerage. Not all of it, but, and you never know how they calculate it, but it's a significant amount of money per transaction. And so is it 30% that they get back?
Yeah.
That's
once a year they'll rebate it back to the agents. So 30% of what they paid in.
So that's new to me, right? So I know some brokerages keep the money, right? The 100%.
All brokerages that I know of in Georgia keep it as a profit center.
Right.
So they keep it. So if I, my team does X amount of units, that's a profit center, right?
Correct.
If I'm my own brokerage.
Yes.
Now with joining another company, I guess teams weren't allowed to have any of that money. So that's an opportunity. What does that equate to, Steve? You've seen some.
It just depends on where you're at. 'Cause it's all based on the price range. It's not based on your commission. So
okay.
I mean, that's to be honest with you, that's a moving target number. But let's just say, for example, you paid in 30 grand, you're getting 10 grand back.
Wow.
Once a year. I mean, which can be significant. And you've got other brokerages that's just a prop. Most agents here just really don't know the broker has kicked back part of that money from the FMLS fee. But it is a profit. That's how most of your inexpensive companies, that is their profit. That's their platform to make profit is there. So the agent's still paying for it either way.
So that's an awesome opportunity for you guys over in Georgia. We don't have that stuff. So that's nothing.
But to be honest with you, nobody else in the country does.
Yeah.
I didn't think they did. Yeah.
It is, to my knowledge, it's the only one in the country.
Yeah. But hey, for everybody in Georgia alone, like, you got to look at this. That's extra money. If you're selling, 5, 10, 20 million a year, whatever, 50 million, there's additional monies, and this goes with transaction fees that are, in the industry and stuff like that, just learn about it, because that will pay for maybe your admin, maybe a couple $100 of your, monthly ads for new buyer leads and seller leads and stuff like that. It just stacks up. So what else, being at two models that were, had stock and rev share, what do you like between the differences that now, Kim? Because you can compare them. So what do you find appealing, I guess?
What do you think the advantage is of one versus the other?
Yeah.
I know I keep going back to the financial part of
Well,
it.
the front line on this one just.
Oh yeah, the front line. Yeah, it's instead of kind of a pyramid down, then real goes this way, kind of an upside down triangle, right? Yeah. And so you get the most money out of your front line. And thank you for putting that up, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who don't know, this is our revenue share chart, and it's different than other companies. And, Exit has one. I know there's some new ones out as well. But in general, we're 5 levels deep. It's simple chart, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the percentage of the GCI that the agent gets paid for helping our company grow. So anybody that were to name Kimberly or Steve directly, Kimberly or Steve is going to earn 5% of the GCI of that agent. And once you attract enough agents, you open up level by level. So if that's, if you're an attractor in our industry, I don't know of a better chart that is out there. Steve, how's this work to you based on your time?
If you think about this, I'm going to pour more into people that are in my 1 and 2, people I directly bring into the company. Kim, if you bring somebody into the company, I'm going to pour more there, just because the proximity to me is greater at 1 and 2. When it's 3, 4, and 5, I don't probably have the same proximity to those people, just because 5, I might not even know. I might not even know who it is, but I have the ability to pour more of me into 1 and 2, and therefore the reward comes more on 1 and 2 versus somebody having no clue who they are. So I just think I think that is the best way to describe it. I think that's the best way to reward people is, you're rewarded for what you actually invest into someone. Yeah. And it's a commitment that you have to make as well to people. You're investing in them. It's an honor, for somebody to come work with you. And it's also a commitment to help make them better. And that's where I am. I'm committed to make everybody in my world better than the day I met them.
Awesome. So, so I want to keep this a little bit short. So we got less than 10 minutes. So Kimberly, what are you most excited about? What are you going to be, focused on? Is it production? Is it attraction? Is it both? What are you so excited about with your new move here?
So honestly, I love the attraction piece of it. I love talking to agents and not convincing them to come over, but talking about what are your needs? What do you need? What do you see for your future? And how will this fit? Right. And maybe it doesn't. Right. I feel like it does. And it gives you an exit plan, which, gosh, when I got in the business, there were people 60 and 70 years old that were selling real estate and had no exit plan. Like the fact that you can actually exit the business with your rewards that you get here, stock and revenue share, and, and you're keeping more of your money in the 85-15 split. It's just kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. So I tell people, I've been preaching this model for, I guess, 3-4 years now. Mm-hmm. And, I believe, if I'm in a room with people, I typically say, like, hey, raise your hand if you've been to a realtor retirement party, and you might get one, and then I say, raise your hand if you've been to a realtor's funeral that was still showing houses near the end, and the hands go up, and it's surprising, and disappointing. Because, I say our industry was broken until the last few years, because there really was no exit plan. And I still know realtors that I'm great friends with that are showing houses way too late in their career.
I do too.
Not because they want to, I don't think I would stop, because you can work your way into part-time with this, but it's just not, you just feel for agents that have to have a sale when they're in their 80s or whatever. And there should have been ways for them to get out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's exciting here.
But that's what's a shame though, is you could see a broker retire,
right?
But you couldn't see the agents retire.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between having an equity position in the company like we do and where we were at. I'll give them the credit. Both companies had equity positions. Or you're at another company to where you're simply renting the business from someone else. Yep. And one person is taking the lion's share, benefits one person more than the rest of the group. Here, I believe that we all benefit, just like, there's not one greater good than all of us together.
Yep. I agree 100%. And, another thing that we said consistently and still say, we teach agents or consumers that, buying is smarter than renting. Yet most realtors are renting the name or the house that they're using, right? The brokerage that they're in. They just rent it every year. So agents that would well, before I get to that, Steve, what are you excited about, and any last words you want to share with people?
I'm just so excited because here's the thing, I get to affiliate with great people, right? Kim, this is a great value add both to me, my group, to our company. I'm going to go circle back just real quick to what we just talked about a minute ago, how people say that online companies and cloud companies can't work. I've been in offices my entire career. I've been doing this now for 29 years. I have known less about people that shared an office beside me than I know about Matt Curcio right now, who's in New Jersey, that I maybe have seen a couple of times in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe. We have the friendship that we've gotten is a great friendship, and it's gotten better and stronger, but it's not because we're sharing an office right next door to each other. It's not because we're seeing each other in the workroom. It's not because we're standing over the water cooler. It's because we are able to actually communicate on a deep level when we do talk at a very high rate of what we're trying to accomplish. So it does work. It does work. I have more friends, personal, real, true friends online than I ever did that I had in an office that sat next door to me.
Well, so, I totally agree with you.
That to me is exciting. I've met so many people over the last 60 days, and they're good quality people. It's like a breath of fresh air. That's the excitement, Matt. For me, Lori the other day said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you like this since I've known you." For me, I would tell you it takes me back to probably some 1999, 2000, 2001 years when I opened up another company. It's just the excitement, the buzz, the good feel, the great people. I couldn't be more excited as to enter in 2023. I don't see 2023 as a bad thing. I think that the market that we're in is fine. I'm excited. I think everybody still has to buy and sell real estate, period. People have to live in a house, and they're going to have to move for different reasons. And we're here to facilitate and help and do every single thing that we can do. It's all about the consumer. It's all about the agents. It's about pouring into every single person in your life. That's exactly the new excitement that I've got. And I'm telling you, dude, I'm charged up at 52 years old and ready to conquer the world.
That's awesome. Kimberly, any last words?
Just that I'm super excited, and I agree with everything that Steve just said. And Steve's been a buddy of mine since I first met him. He just kind of like a brother to me, and I'm so excited to actually be working closely with you now. And Matt, I feel like I know you. I met you the other day, which was a surprise. I didn't even know you were going to be there. But I'm just so excited and ready to get going, and looking forward to 2023.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be one of your business partners here. Colton, everybody, Spring, it's just an exciting group. Tamir, it was awesome. I hope you guys got to spend some time with them. And, the founder is just an awesome guy. I tell you what, any words about our founder while we got you?
Kimberly?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
Anything about Tamir?
What's your opinion of
Oh,
Tamir?
well, I got to meet him, which was a surprise and an honor.
Yeah.
Just really down to earth. And, you know, he stood up and talked about how it's been a little rough, you know, in certain years with Real. And I really appreciated his honesty and, you know, where we're going. And now it's just, you know, we're all settled down. I think, you know, just time to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you, I was shocked that he got as personal as he did.
He really,
And I'll be honest with you, I'm glad he did, because I will tell you, listening to that man and listening to that, he will not let this company fail at all, period. It is
no.
his baby. I will invest in it and not have any worries that this company will not succeed, because he owns it. He loves it. This is his baby, and he will make sure that it becomes a fully mature adult and a productive adult in the world. And I feel, I'm telling you, like that was if he's never done anything else, that's the best thing that man's ever done, because I'm telling you, he won me. He won me 1,000% over on that day.
Oh my gosh, me too. It was very touching and you know, yeah.
And for those of us that have been in that situation, we understand it. And
Yep.
and if you are in this business long enough, you will be. You know, and it was I know that man will fight for this company to his last breath.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he did. He did. He pushed through it a couple years ago when it was struggling, and look where it is today. Like,
Exactly.
who would have thought? Sitting back then, you know, it's easy to look at now,
Yeah.
but you know,
Growth,
that's part of it,
numbers
right?
fix everything, though. Agent count fixes all problems. So, you know,
Yeah.
the more this company grows, the better off it's going to be. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I know we're about to end this up, so I'm going to say, Matt, Merry Christmas to you. Kimberly, same thing. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Thank you, Matt, for your time and your involvement and your friendship. Kimberly, thank you for coming over. I cannot wait to see where you go with this. I think you're going to thrive at a high level.
I'm super excited and happy holidays